All right, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at the Coaches Show. We're broadcasting this here as we do every 8 o'clock in the morning, every Saturday morning from Aspen Place Health Campus. We're here with the boys basketball coaches of South Decatur, Greensburg, and North Decatur here this morning. All three teams on the road last night, so let's check in and see what kind of scores we have right here. Greensburg on the road at Madison picks up a 2-point win, 56-54. It was Eastern Hancock topping South Decatur 78-63. Morristown 68-59 over North Decatur. Other scores in the area, Batesville over Franklin County 51-46. Pendleton Heights tops Rushville 73-58. Hauser over Waldron 75-71. Southwestern Shelby defeated Edinburgh 43-37. Floyd Central over Jennings County 77-54. Shelbyville a 1-point winner over Richmond 55-54. Jacksonville over Shaw Memorial. Jacksonville picks up their second win of the year 53-40 over Shaw. Seymour defeated Bedford North Lawrence 68-65. South Ripley a 2-point winner over Milan 45-43. Just some select scores from the area last night. These coaches, I don't think they wanted to come in this morning, but we tempted them. We lured them with the Cornerstone Bakery Donuts. They're the official donut of the Coaches Show. And here first up this morning, at least he's got the microphone in his hand, Stacy Meyer, head coach of the Greensburg Pirates, on the road last night down on the river at Madison, and able to sneak out of there with a win, Coach.
It was a tight game. We like to make them interesting down the stretch, and we did that again last night.
Good ball game. You did have, in fact, it was tight throughout, despite the fact I think you had a 7-point lead after one quarter, but from that point on, it was usually 2, 3, 4 points one way or the other, back and forth. It was tight through the whole game.
It really was, and like you said, we gained a little advantage early, but then it became a possession game at both ends of the floor. So proud of our kids in the second half. They gained the lead on us, and then late there in the midway through the fourth, we kind of took control of the game. We were in the bonus and was trying to play a little keep away offensively and missed a few free throws down the stretch, and the Perry kid hit a couple unbelievable threes to make it really close.
All right, which they've done that to us before, haven't they?
Yes,
I'm just trying to harken back to past ball games. But, again, you sneak out of there with a 2-point win. At halftime, you had a 1-point lead. Interestingly, at the close of the third quarter, ball games tied. Madison, as the final seconds ticking off the third quarter, Madison holding the ball for the final shot, and a little interesting sequence there.
It was, and and those are big plays. They probably shoot it a little early. Andrew Rillage gets a rebound with right at 4 seconds, 4 point some, and gets to the length of the floor and lays it in. And give him credit. When he got the rebound, the first thing he did was look up at the clock to see how much time there was, and he was able to get from end to end and lay it in. And again, those are plays Madison's going to look back on. It's like, that was a chance. Greensburg should have never got that chance to score, and could be a 4-point turnaround or 5 if they hit a 2 or a 3. We end up getting 2 on the back end of it.
Yeah, in a 2-point ball game, that's it.
That's huge.
That makes all those things matter like that. And you, like I say, a good ball game last night. You come out and win. Final part of the ball game, I think you were up 3 points with about roughly 2.5 minutes left. Decide to put it in the deep freeze there.
We did, and did a really good job. We spread the floor and took care of the basketball very well. They end up fouling us, and we just struggled a little bit from the line. We could never get 2 for 2. It was 1 for 2, or while we were in the bonus, the first 2, we'd miss the front end. So those are things you kind of got to take care of yourself.
It did a good job. 2.5 minutes left. The radio guys are saying, boy, we think it's a little early to be doing this, but I think Coach knows his players better than we do.
Well, sometimes.
But they do get the job done, and a good sequence there. Like I say, a few missed free throws. You had an advantage at the end. You had, as it turned out, you were ahead by 1 point. They had to put Matt Martin on the line, who hit the first free throw. You were up by 2, again, with just a tick less than 2 seconds left. Missed the second one, but you had an advantage in all that, not only that sequence, but I guess you had not yet committed your 7th personal foul.
Right. We had a foul to give, and that's what we told our kids. We didn't tell Matt to miss it. I actually wanted him to hit it. They inbound the ball. If they take a dribble, we'll foul. There's going to be under 1 second left. So that's what we discussed, but it worked out perfect. Matt missed it. Long rebound. Kyle kind of gets a tip and just throws it straight up in the air, and the clock goes off. So, those are all things you have to learn. We talked a little bit before we got on the show of they were out of timeouts late in the game and had just scored. We're up 1. and Andrew Wellich takes the ball out with under 5 seconds. He just had to hold it. Well, he inbounded the basketball, and they fouled Matt, which led to the very end. But, those are things Andrew, the next time that occurs, will know.
Right.
And you're still dealing with pretty young kids that haven't been in those situations. So hopefully we can grow from it.
And you've got a freshman making that calculation literally instantly.
Right.
And it's easy to sit back here and discuss it at length. But it's nice you can learn those lessons without taking the loss, though.
That is good.
Last night, your leading scorer, Drew Cumber, the sophomore, he has compared his first 4 or 5 ball games of the year, these past 4 or 5 ball games, has really hit his stride offensively and doing, I think, what you knew he could do.
Right, and again, I think we've consistently gotten better. I think as kids are maturing a little bit, figuring some stuff out at both ends of the floor. I think we're a better defensive team than we were a month ago. So that's part of the maturation process, and hopefully they can keep getting better, and we're playing our best basketball at the end of the year.
One of your starters, your senior Sam Slusher, doesn't score a lot, about 5 points a ball game, but does a lot of other things for you, what we call the dirty work.
He is. He's a guy that you love to coach because he doesn't care about scoring. He wants to rebound. He wants to guard opposing teams' best players. He wants to get in and mix it up, and he's what coaches call a glue-type guy, and is very good in that role, accepts that role, and flourishes in that role. So a guy that you really need on the floor.
Defensively, we discussed briefly last night after the ball game. Matt Martin, I thought defensively was kind of textbook. You could almost made a video of how he moved his feet and used his body to guard the point guard, and I thought he defensively was on top of his game last night.
Thought we had him matched with Yancey, and Yancey's a good offensive player, quick off the dribble, and I thought Matt did an excellent job of beating him to spots, and he would beat him to a spot, and Yancey would kind of plow into him, and Matt's a pretty strong kid for a guard, and didn't reach, didn't get his hands involved. So we've worked pretty hard on that, just one-on-one defense, and I think we got to see the benefits out of Matt last night from it.
I know Madison had their counterpart, that their 6'4" junior Strauss. First half he scored 10 points on us, and basically just we had a good. I think I recall a sequence there when Sellers had a really good defensive possession on it. He just bullied him out of the way and got a bucket, and that's just beef. Against a beefier guy against a slighter guy.
It is, and that's one thing that was sheer strength, and we lost that battle and that possession. But I tell you, Trevor Reynolds came in the second half. Sam got in foul trouble, and Trevor did a really good job on him. Trevor's a strong kid himself, and he was able to keep him out another step and a half out of that kid's comfort zone. And I give him a lot of credit because he wasn't a factor like he was in the first half.
Right, he was limited to just a couple free throws in the second half after scoring 10. So Trevor, like Sam, another guy that doesn't give you a lot of points, but gives you a lot of other things you got to have.
Absolutely, and when you can put a kid in, like you said, he had 10 points in the first half, was having his way with us. In the second half, we do a much better job.
Away games. Of course, you're on the road. All of us coaches last night were on the road. Away games, every sport at every level, it's a disadvantage to be on the road. It's always an advantage to be at home. But are there some advantages you can take away from being on the road?
Absolutely, and I think our last 2 games are great examples of that. We played Batesville on the road, which was a great environment. Last night was a great environment, and it's with a sectional opponent. So I've always said if you can win on the road, that's one of the tougher things to do. I don't care at what level it is, if it's high school or college, winning on the road is hard. So if you can accomplish that, you're making strides in the right direction. And these last 2 wins have been very good wins for us.
Yeah. You have also hour-long bus ride. That's time to be together a little bit, pal around. Sometimes an away game meal, those kinds of things. You get a little camaraderie going on. So, nonetheless, it's always nice to be home.
Yes, it is.
Although you're not home tonight.
That's right. It's not an hour bus ride, though.
Good. All right, tonight you're like you say, you're on the road at South Decatur, just maybe 15 minutes away, right there, and you'll be coming up against the. You'll be coming up against the Cougars, and your counterpart sitting right across from me. So, you give me some secrets what you're going to do tonight? Can you let us know?
Try to score one more point more than them.
All right. In the interesting, the girls' sectional draw was last Monday. They're going to complete their regular season this coming week, and they'll come up. The Greensburg girls matched up. They'll play Madison in the first round in their Rushville sectional right there. And Madison, Greensburg should be heavily favored in that one, but and they could be guilty of looking forward ahead if they're not careful, however, to their anticipated matchup with the bye team Rushville in the second round. So Coach Simpson knows that. How do you tell 16, 17-year-old girls that?
It's tough. We tried telling our guys, and it's tough. But, Madison is a team, and you look at the record, I think they've won 4 or 5 games, the girls have. But their conference, same with boys, it prepares them night in and night out. They're playing probably tougher competition, if you will, than what Greensburg is.
Yeah.
So, take the record for what it is. But you've got to be ready to play. And Rushville, I think, was overlooking Franklin County last year, and they ended up getting beat in the sectional. So when it's sectional time, it's a total different animal.
Yeah, Madison, we talked about that. They're a 3A team. Everybody else in their conference is a 4A team. They play the New Albany's, the Bedford, North Lawrence's, and play the big boys, and that certainly makes a huge difference.
It does. I don't think I want to go down to New Albany right now and play them.
All right. Well, good win last night. You'll be on the road here. Coming up. We talked about last week. We had some football picks, Coach. Let's see how you did. You got 2 out of.
Holdsworth's coming in here in a second to make my picks.
All right.
I don't.
Well, it's tightened up quite a bit because last week Brian got 3 out of 4 correct, and Stacy Meyer, Kyle Nobby both got 2 out of 4 correct. You were 2 and 2 last week. So here's where it stands. And we got the final games coming up right here. You have 26 picks correct on the year. Brian has 25. Kyle, you've got 24. So it comes down to that. And as it should be, you'll have to make the first picks here. It's down to the conference championships. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
You ready to go? The Packers are at the Falcons.
Packers.
Going to pick the Packers? You know they're on the road, don't you?
Yep.
You know they didn't score a touchdown last week, don't you? Okay, I'm just asking questions. All right. Pittsburgh Steelers at the New England Patriots.
It pains me to say this,
Do it.
Patriots.
Do it. All right. Okay. There we have it.
This could cause separation with Brian, though, because you know who he's going to go with.
I've already got his circled. I don't even ask him. So, well, Coach, it was a good win last night on the road. You got another one, 2 non-conference games this weekend. You will have, like I say, Madison, however, a potential sectional opponent like that. And then you'll draw in, you only have 1 game coming up next week.
Lawrenceburg.
Yep, Lawrenceburg
on the road.
Lawrenceburg on the road. So, again, a road warrior, so to speak. I think we calculated 8 out of 9 games on the road. But some parting words here as you go on your way?
No. Thanks for everybody to come out last night. We had a pretty good crowd down at Madison. I know that's a little bit of a jaunt to head down there, but I thought a great atmosphere. I thought Madison had a great crowd, too, and our student section was really good. So hopefully we can get the same support tonight.
Very good. All right, that's Stacy Meyer. He's head coach of the Greensburg Pirates. We're at the Coaches Show at Aspen Place, and we'll return here in just a couple minutes.
Come visit us in Greensburg at 950 North Michigan Avenue, just off Highway 3 bypass. Tom Sibbett Chevrolet Buick will be there for you.
This is Michelle Gauk with Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, and we are a proud supporter of all our student athletes. We know that being a student athlete takes hard work and dedication to stay on top of your game. It takes that same hard work and dedication to provide great customer service. At Batesville Chrysler, we've been putting families into reliable cars since 1984. And when it comes to buying a dependable car, who you buy from really does matter. So visit us at Batesville Chrysler. We'll be there for you before and after the sale. We work hard every day to prove that you can buy a car anywhere, but at Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, service is the difference.
When it comes time for car repairs, it can be a nervous time, unless you're made of money. A good reason for visiting Helms Auto Sales and Repair. Scott Helms is ASE certified and will give you an estimate before they even start. And if the diagnosis changes, they'll give you a call before proceeding. And if it's time for a new vehicle, Helms keeps a stock of preferred used cars on the lot. Helms Auto Sales and Repair, folks you can trust at 302 West Main, phone 222-AUTO.
Enjoy dinner at the Fireside Inn in Enochsburg, serving their famous fried chicken and shrimp each evening. Specials are Tuesday, tacos and taco soup. All-you-can-eat catfish on Wednesday. Thursday, it's hot wings, barbecued wings, battered wings, livers, and gizzards. Friday evening features cod and bassa catfish dinners. Prefer a sandwich? They have a great selection. Salad bar is available Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings. Hours at the Fireside Inn are Tuesday through Saturday, 5 to 10 p.m. For reservations, call 934-4174.
Hi, this is Cheryl Johnson, Community Liaison for Morning Breeze Health and Retirement Community. Morning Breeze is a CMS 5-star health campus offering 3 levels of care. Our villas offer independent living in our beautiful 2-bedroom, 2-bath, maintenance-free condo-style living. We offer large studio-style assisted living units inside our health campus. Morning Breeze is a top-rated skilled nursing facility with an outstanding therapy department offering short and long-term rehab.
All right, we're back with you here at the Coaches Show, broadcasting from Aspen Place Health Campus. Cornerstone Bakery makes the official donut of the Coaches Show, and we've dug into that box right here. Local scores last night. We just spoke with Stacy Meyer with the Greensburg Pirates. His team, a 2-point winner on the road at Madison last night. South Decatur falls to Eastern Hancock 78-63. Kyle Nobby's North Decatur Chargers fall to Morristown 68-59, and we do have Coach Kyle Nobby from North Decatur with us here this morning. Coach, thanks for coming into the Coaches Show on the road last night. But I tell you, before we talk about last night's ball game, let's start with something a little bit easier. Last week, we had the Coaches Show last Saturday morning, and then Saturday afternoon, you were at home against a really good Lawrenceburg Tiger Ball Club. They come into North Decatur with a 9-2 record. They leave with a 9-3 record.
It was a great thing for our kids to kind of see what their hard work, especially since Christmas has done, and especially from a defensive standpoint. Lawrenceburg's got some kids, the White kid and the Howes kid, that can really score, and their complementary guys are really nice players. So I thought we did an outstanding job defensively. And I thought we played well on the offensive end. We were patient. For some reason, we get in the habit of making 1 or 2 passes and taking a tough shot, or maybe a quick shot where if we move the ball a little bit more, we might get a better look. But I thought our kids did a really good job of that against Lawrenceburg, and it was a great win for our kids, and we were hoping that would kind of propel us into this week's preparation and last night's game, and obviously tonight's game, and I think it did. Morristown's a good team, and we just weren't able to make enough plays last night, whereas the Saturday against Lawrenceburg we were able to do that and kind of play with a 8, 10, 12-point lead the majority of the game. Last night we weren't able to jump out and get a lead like that.
Yeah, and I just saw the score after your ball game last week, a 10-point win, and I just kind of made my eyes pop a little bit because you had a run of losing a few games in a row coming into that, and kind of on your back heels.
We were, but we feel like some of those teams that we've played up to this point, obviously you spoke of it with Madison, has prepared us from with Martinsville and Lafayette Jeff there over Christmas, and on the road at Hauser. Which isn't an easy place to play, and they play extremely well on their home floor. You feel like those type of non-conference games, and then a tough conference game on the road prepares you for a game like last night or a game like Saturday night, and that kind of holds true with the remainder of our season. We hope our non-conference and obviously our conference games are going to prepare us to be playing our best basketball at the end of the season.
All right, so you win that ball game last Saturday, 61 to 51. You're on the road last night. In fact, your 2 road games this week, Friday and Saturday. Last night at a pretty good Morristown ball club right there, and Morristown gets the better of you last night. How did that game play out for you?
Well, it was we didn't get off to a great start. It was their homecoming last night, so all kinds of festivities and things going on last night, but we came out. We had a couple early turnovers. They came out and trapped us a little bit in the half court, and we kind of got on our heels a little bit, and they were able to jump out to about an 8-point lead. But to our kids' credit, and we've done this a few times. We did this, against Lawrenceburg, got down 20-9 in the at one point in that game, and were able to fight back and take a 3-point lead going into half. But, last night was the same way. We got down early. Once we settled down, we took a lead with about 1:40 to go. We were up 3, I think, in the first half. And, we just had a couple bad offensive possessions, and they're too good offensively, Morristown is, with their 3 guards to have bad possessions, and they can put up points in a hurry, and ended up, being down, I think it was 6 at halftime, and came out in the third quarter, and it was just kind of the same way as the first. They kind of jumped on us a little bit. We were able to respond, actually tie the game with, I think there was 2 minutes to go. They hit back-to-back threes, so once again, it was a quarter we were pretty much even, where we felt like we outplayed them. And then in the fourth quarter, we were down 4 with about 2.5 minutes to go. With consecutive possessions, we had 3 straight possessions where we had back-to-back turnovers and a missed layup, and in a 4-point game right there, and we were able to turn them over to create those extra possessions for us. We have to find a way to score and finish, because I think we had them on their heels, and I think if we could have got a bucket right in there, maybe the outcome could have been different, obviously, for us.
All right, you held Land Cable to 2 points, or?
No.
Is he like a 7th-year senior or something? I don't know.
It feels like it with his brother. We did a great job on him last night. He's going to score.
Sure. And he's got a lot of help, too.
And he does. And the Streville kid is an excellent player. He's the one that really hurt us last night. He had 27 last night, shot the ball very well. I think he ended up maybe 5 for 6 from the 3-point line, so he shot it and he was efficient. But to our kid's credit, I thought we defended pretty well. The Laster kid for them is just a really good point guard for him. He's explosive. We were able to hold him to 5. I thought, Braden Blauvelt started out on him and did an outstanding job of keeping him in front. So to our kids' credit, we're getting better. We're getting better defensively. We got to put it together for more than 22, 23 minutes in a game.
Well, you'll have your chance to do that again tonight on the road at Union County, Liberty, Indiana. For those that don't know, where in the heck is Liberty?
It's over on the pretty much on the Indiana-Ohio border over, just it would be east of Connorsville.
Yeah.
So we're going to have our hands
keep
full.
going, huh?
Absolutely.
All right. And the good ball club there at Union County. You'll be on the road there tonight. So 2 road games. We talked with Coach Meyer about that. 2 road games. Always, statistically, no matter how you argue, it's at a disadvantage to be on the road, just the way it is. But positives you can draw from a road game, from the experience of being on the road.
Well, I think you learn a lot about your kids. You're in obviously playing in somewhere where you're not practicing every day. So you may be in a place that you're a little more uncomfortable with. And, I think last night was a prime example of, and typically in the past few years, we have not shot the ball very well at Morristown. We have at Waldron, but not at Morristown, and it's basically identical facilities, kind of like ours in South is. But we just didn't shoot. We were 2 for 17 from the 3-point line last night, and you've got to still shoot with confidence, but you got to be smarter. When shots aren't going in, you got to do something else, and consequently that led to them shooting, out shooting us by 21 attempts at the foul line last night. We only get to the line 6 times, but our sectional typically, or at least in the 14 years I've been coaching, has been on the road. So, you're going to have to obviously beat someone or beat the host school on their floor. So you hope that these kind of tough atmospheres and tough places prepare you for your sectional and things like that down the stretch.
All right, on your ball club, you're led in scoring, by Dylan Merritt, I believe. But you got, as a sophomore, I believe, Garrett Metz has kind of emerged in the last 5, 6, 7 ball games as a scorer for you.
He has. He's heading into last night. He was probably averaging just a little over 14 a game. Been shooting the ball very well. He's shooting 59% heading into last night from the 3-point line. Was shooting the ball very well. Was getting to the rim. and it's all confidence, and he's finally understanding and realizing what he's capable of doing, and I'm excited about obviously the rest of this year with him, but the next two, because I can really see him growing into that kind of leader for us on the offensive end. And Dylan does lead us in scoring. He led us last night at 21. But the last couple games, even, the Lawrenceburg game, he's came out a little slow offensively, and he's trying to push things and force things a little bit early and not playing relaxed. And it's causing a little bit of frustration on the defensive end. Last night he got in foul trouble again in the first half, and went into halftime with only 2 points. But like I said, he typically responds extremely well, and last night was no different. He did a nice job for us in the second half on the offensive end.
Yeah, and of course 2 road games this weekend, and then next week. There we go. I'm going to turn the page to get back to you. 2 road games this week. Next week, 2 home games, but arguably 2 of your toughest games of the year coming up at home. Yeah,
they are. With Batesville on Friday night and then turn around and play East Central on Saturday night. It's a tough test, and we're going to have our hands full with both of those teams. East Central, we were just talking, before we came back on air, Stacy and I were, and here's East Central, who normally scores in the 50s and put up 103 the other night. So it's kind of a scary situation when you see some of these teams play. Batesville, obviously a good team, and they've seemed to have our number here the last few years. So we're hoping maybe the being a little more comfortable playing at home, having our home crowd, our fans are outstanding. Our students do a great job of coming and support the kids. So hopefully we can get a win tonight and get something started, and follow that up next weekend with 2 great contests against 2 good opponents.
All right. Coach, your counterpart, the Lady Chargers, they had their sectional draw last week. Bad news for their sectional, they have to go to Austin, which is a little ways away. Good news, they got the bye, though.
Yeah, they did. It looks like they're probably going to end up playing Austin, I'm assuming, in the the second round. And again, it kind of goes back to the questions you just asked about playing on the road. Obviously they're going to have to play Austin on their home floor in the sectional, and obviously a facility and atmosphere that our girls are not going to be accustomed to playing in, or maybe have never played in. So at the end of the day, Coach Barker will do a great job of preparing them, getting them ready. I think it maybe plays a little bit into our girls' advantage. Give them time to prepare that week heading into that Friday contest.
All right. Well, Coach, time to pick who goes to the Super Bowl. You're where are you? You are
I'm in last,
3rd place,
think.
But you're only 2 games out of 1st place. So let's take a look and see who you like here. We got Packers are at the Falcons. I think those are 2 good ball clubs. That'll be a tough pick.
I do think they're both very, very good teams. I'm going to have to try something to separate myself here, so I'm going to go with Atlanta.
I think that's probably a pretty good pick, and they are at home.
Yep, and I'm going to go with New England just because I know Dixon's going to go with the Steelers, so that might be another opportunity for, if I get lucky, to make a jump there.
All right, there we have it. So those are your picks. We'll have you good luck into that one. So on the road tonight up in Union County, some final words, parting words, Coach?
Sure. I want to, wish our younger teams good luck. We're wrapping up, getting close to wrapping up our youth team, 2nd through 6th grade. Our junior highs are in 7th and 8th. We're hosting the Mid-Hoosier Conference Junior High Tournament. We open up on Thursday night, our 7th and 8th grade play Waldron, and then the semifinals and finals will be Saturday at North Decatur. And I want to wish our freshmen good luck. They play Monday and Tuesday this week, and their Mid-Hoosier Conference tournament is Saturday at Hauser. And I want to wish them well. They're having a great season. They're sitting, I think, at 12-2 right now. And I want to congratulate our JV team. They had a great win last night. I think we ended up winning by 13. Morristown was undefeated. So our JV team is continuing to improve, and I think right now they're sitting maybe at 10-4 or 11-3, something somewhere along there. So they're having a great season. Coach Matt's doing a great job with them, and so I want to wish our younger teams good luck this week.
All right, that's Kyle Nobby. He's the head coach of the North Decatur Chargers on the road tonight at Union County. Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, we're at the Coaches Show at Aspen Place Health Campus. We'll leave you for a couple minutes, and we'll come back with Brian Dixon from the South Decatur Cougars.
The play of the day is at Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used vehicle superstore. Come in now and score big with a great deal. With over 600 vehicles available, we have the car, van, SUV, or truck to fit your needs. That's why we're the used vehicle superstore. And if we don't have the right one for you, let our buyers go for the assist in finding the right one. Be the MVP and score big now with a vehicle from Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used vehicle superstore. 920 North Michigan Avenue, or call us at 812-662-9922. Be the MVP and score a vehicle now.
Decatur County Memorial Hospital is growing to better serve you. DCMH is now offering a sports medicine program to all community members. This program includes orthopedic surgery from our new physician, Dr. Yulo, rehab services, athletic trainers, sports physicals, and emergency medical services. Let us help you succeed with our new sports medicine program at DCMH. To reach Dr. Yulo's office, call 812-663-7790, or for our rehab department, call 812-663-1119.
At Hilliard Lyons, we're conservators of your wealth, not the status quo. We're not interested in how everyone else does things. We're independent thinkers. You see, every client is different, so we treat each one as a new challenge. After nearly 160 years of wealth management experience, we've learned a few things, one of which is no two clients' goals and needs are the same. In our more than a century and a half of providing investment advice, we've come across nearly every financial situation possible. Creative thinking and a real understanding of our clients' needs and their concerns is what sets Hilliard Lyons apart from the rest. If this sounds like the kind of financial partner you'd like, call us in Greensburg at 812-663-2862.
Hilliard Lyons, investment insights for every generation since 1854. JJB Hilliard WL Lyons LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
When it comes time for car repairs, it can be a nervous time, unless you're made of money. A good reason for visiting Helms Auto Sales and Repair. Scott Helms is ASE certified and will give you an estimate before they even start. And if the diagnosis changes, they'll give you a call before proceeding. And if it's time for a new vehicle, Helms keeps a stock of preferred used cars on the lot. Helms Auto Sales and Repair, folks you can trust at 302 West Main, phone 222-AUTO.
Do you have enough coverage? Don't wait to find out that the insurance you purchased online or from an 800 number gave you a discount on the wrong coverage. Talk to your neighborhood independent auto owner's agent today about a policy that fits your needs and budget. Visit today and form a valued relationship that won't let you down in a time of need.
This is your Greensburg Auto Owners Insurance agent, Steve Dorflinger. Stop in at Dorflinger Insurance, 810 East Main Street, or call us at 663-7779.
This is Alex from True Blue Autos. We are owned by Any King Auto Body and have a new way of buying a used car. We are operated daily by third-generation family members. Our mission and focus is to provide safe, reliable vehicles that give our customers the best value for their investment. Each vehicle on our lot goes through a 125-point inspection, and all of our certified pre-owned vehicles come with at least a 90-day limited warranty. Come to True Blue Autos, located right next to Any King Auto Body, and see what our family can do for you.
All right, we're back with you at the Coaches Show. Aspen Place Health Campus is our host. Cornerstone Bakery makes the official donut of the Coaches Show. We've had discussions here this morning with Kyle Nobby from the North Decatur Chargers, Stacy Meyer from the Greensburg Pirates. Let's take a look at least the local scores last night. Greensburg on the road topping Madison by 2 points, 56-54. It was Morristown over North Decatur, 68-59, and Eastern Hancock over South Decatur, 78-63. We do have South Decatur's head coach, Brian Dixon, with us here this morning at the Coach's Show. Coach, you knew going in that was going to be a tough matchup last night as you travel there to Eastern Hancock.
Yeah, they're again, we've struggled with guard play defensively all year, and that's what got us. Plus, they hit 14 threes on us, so that's a little tough when you go up against. And it wasn't like the shots were wide open. A few were, but the way that they were able to attack the rim and kick left and right really changes an opportunity for us to try to get out and close out on shooters. We have to be able to stop dribble penetration a whole lot better. But if you would have watched the end of the third, end of the fourth quarter, you wouldn't believe the aggressiveness we just decided to put together. That's what I was really, really happy about. We trapped them like crazy. We forced them to have 7 turnovers in about 3 minutes, and we scored off of each one of those turnovers. So, we cut ourselves down from a lead that seemed like exploding worse and worse. We finally cut it within 10, I believe, at one point in time, and it was upwards of 25. So, the ability's there for our kids. It's just playing a whole game all the way through.
Yeah, it kind of mirrors last Saturday. You're on the road at Southwestern. You had a really slow start in that basketball game. Come back and played a much better second half there.
Yeah, both. It was almost the same game. Super flat. First half, and then second half we decided to turn on. We scored 44 points in the second half of last night and 48 last Saturday against Southwestern. So it's amazing. I don't know what it is, but it's that point in time in the season where it's like, where are you going to go? What direction are you going to go with your group? Where are you going to put yourself in? Because right now it's the grind. These last 5 games, counting tonight, or actually including next Friday's game, they're 5 of our toughest games all together, right in a row, and they're all the way except for 2. So we haven't been home in about a month. I think December 17th or something like that was our last home game. So it's going to be nice to be at home tonight. Maybe hopefully it'll change the atmosphere of the kids.
Reacquaint yourself with your own home floor. You've been away so long it may seem like an away game.
Yeah, it might. It might. So I know. We got a big competition tonight, against Greensburg, so we're hoping to have a good crowd. I know a lot of kids are talking about coming to the game, and a lot of parents, so from both sides, because I do, go to church here in Greensburg, so there's a lot of people that have said that they're going to come as well to watch the game. So that's always good, that rivalry is good for the kids.
Yeah, 1A, 3A matchup, a little bit of David and Goliath matchup.
Right.
As I remember, David won that battle.
Yes, and hopefully that turns out true again this night. But, you never know. That's why you play the game. You just don't know what kind of game it's going to be. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night. You just don't know. They're teenage boys that they're out there just playing. And if we just, figure out to play together as a group, we'll be okay. I'm not worried about us now, but now if this starts to happen in February, then we need to change some things up. But we've seen it. It's there. It's just the ability to do it and finish it.
You referred to last week this stretch, you called it Murderer's Row.
Yeah.
Tough stretch, and it continues on next Friday at Hauser. After that, you have, with your final 6 ball games, all certainly nothing's ever guaranteed, but all winnable ball games, all those with sub 500 records.
Right.
Doesn't mean you can win, doesn't mean you will win them, but you got a better shot in that group than you did this previous 5 or 6.
Right, we do. But I know even though Jacksonville's down right now, they'll come out with some fire because we're playing at Jacksonville, and that's sectional week for the girls. It's a Thursday game, so they'll come out with some fire. That's a big rivalry game as well, I've come to know. A lot of our kids know their kids. So, you just don't know. And especially when you're on the road, you just don't know about that situation. But we'll fortunately have 2 games at home before we go play them on the road. So that'll be nice to try to mix up this long distance. And I think we've had 1 short trip during this whole time. Yeah. Every trip has been an hour or longer, it seems like, on the road. Last night, they said our coaches didn't leave till 11 o'clock. So it makes it rough. The kids get tired sitting on a bus for that long, but it's part of it.
Yeah, just like we talked with the other 2 coaches, away games, there's obvious disadvantages. Can you draw a few advantages out of being on the road?
Just seeing how we are on the bus, how we come together on the bus. is the key thing, because you're sitting there with all those kids and you're trying to listen to everything. We're a quiet group. This is a very, very quiet group. So you're not hearing a whole lot, but there's sometimes that they say, guys, we need to get this together. We need to get it figured out. That's one good thing about our group. I would say we really don't have a vocal leader that wants to step. We have kids that do it every once in a while, but we're a very soft-spoken group. And then all it's going to take is just one game to kind of turn this around. I know it will. And, we hope it's tonight, but you never know the way the game is. So as soon as that happens, I think we'll be okay.
Well, tonight, Greensburg at home, win or lose, what's your expectations? What do you want to see out of your players this week?
Compete the whole game.
Yeah.
We haven't played a whole game in a long time. We did against Morristown
Maybe a
the
strong
first
start.
half. Yeah, that'd be nice. But we haven't played a whole game since we played Hagerstown, which was back in December. That was our last full game we've played all the way through, because we've been on the road so much. Just physically playing through it, fighting through things. We had some calls that didn't go our way last night. We had some, situations in that game that were out of our control. But, we just got to forget about those things. We can't worry about that and just move on.
All right. Girls, the counterpart, like I say, you got Greensburg, South Decatur, North Decatur, all the local rivalries. The girls, South Decatur at North Decatur last Thursday night, they had a whale of a basketball game.
Absolutely. That was an amazing game to watch. Our girls played so well in the first half and so bad in the second half that Coach Fox, you could just see her getting so mad. They did everything they wanted to do in the first half. They took it to the rim really well, hit some outside jump shots, kept them from scoring. They really shut down the Bowman girl from North pretty well. But, they played really well. And then all of a sudden here comes the second half, and North gets on a big run. And Tom and I and Randy were talking about, we watched the fourth quarter, and nobody wanted to score, it seemed like. There was a stretch where nobody scored for a while. It was just two defensive battles. And you could tell how much the adrenaline started to kind of wear off in that quarter. But with 6.7 seconds left, Annie Gant gets a tip and just goes straight down the middle floor, no fear, as they say, ice in her veins, and just knocks down a three to win the game. And you should have seen Coach Fox's face when she made that shot. It was just like, really? But it was good for her. Annie needed that. I know she was struggling.
I've been told that she was maybe the not most usual suspect to down take that.
No. I talked to Coach Fox Friday at school, and she said she wasn't really the one we wanted to shoot in that kind of situation. We tried to. Oh, but she was, and said she's so happy though that it was her.
Yeah.
She was so happy that it was her, because she was able to, knock it down and just take that confidence level so much higher. So, because, they talked about that in the timeout break. They said, they thought that Bowman was going to hit both of those free throws, and all they're thinking was three, to tie the game. So it's good. That means that, players listening to their coach, and that's always nice to know that.
That's what's great about basketball. Even a team, like the ladies, they've had their struggles this year.
Mm-hmm.
They still have a moment like that just makes everything worthwhile.
It is, and it's an enjoyable moment. That's things that you never forget. You see it all the time, on ESPN, buzzer beaters, but when it's actually your team, totally different scenario. It's so nice. It's so nice. So we were very, very happy for the girls. We had a pretty good crowd, too, for a girls' game, so a lot of enthusiasm.
All right. So, again, last night at Eastern Hancock, tonight hosting Greensburg. You've got one game next week. That's also a home game against a really good Hauser Jet ball club.
Yeah, they're going to have the aggressor. They're always the aggressor. They always try to start it. They're going to jump and trap like crazy. If we stand like we've been doing a lot of times, they'll put it to us quickly. But if we move the ball, that should be a good competitive game. I know we have a teacher at our school. Her son plays on the Hauser team, so that's always interesting. We always talk all the time about different things, game wise, and how's Hauser doing this. And right now they're leading the conference. I believe they're 2-0 or 3-0 in the conference, so they're the top dog. So it's always nice to try to knock off the top dog when they're playing pretty well at this point in the season.
Yep. And this will be a conference ball game for you next Friday night at home against Hauser. So, these two games, Eastern Hancock, Greensburg, back-to-back Friday and Saturday, non-conference ball games. So, does that change your approach? Not especially?
Not really, especially this game tonight. It's more for our kids. That's what I told them. I said, I don't know really much about how much this rivalry is. I said, it's only my second year here. but you guys know all about it. I was like, you're the ones that play. We just try to prepare you to play. So, it's a game for the kids in a sense. The North game, kind of the same way in a sense. It's more for the kids. They know the rivalry, but as, you get further in coaching at the school, you kind of start to understand, okay. Like this year was totally different with the North game. First time around, because I really kind of got to understand watching football, watching, girls basketball, watching us, volleyball even. That it's no matter what sport it is, you're playing against North, and it's a totally different game. So this is kind of the same sort of scenario. There's no trophy or anything on the line, but it's a pride thing for our kids, and hopefully we just get out there and compete.
Well, Coach Brian Dixon of the South Decatur Cougars, he's sitting here at the Coaches Show, and he's wearing a Pittsburgh Steelers jacket and a Pittsburgh Steelers hat, and we're going to look at the picks. It's down to the conference championships, Coach. 2 games to determine who goes to the Super Bowl. Let's go ahead and start with yours. You're going to favor the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they're at the 15-2 New England Patriots. Not only are they 15-2, but one of those 2 losses with Tom Brady out those first 4 games.
Right.
Suspension. So the Steelers are not favored.
They weren't favored last week either, which was awesome. So, it's just one of those things if their defense plays.
Yeah.
If their defense plays well, I have a good feeling that they'll win.
I should circle them.
Absolutely.
All right.
It doesn't matter if they're 0-12. I'll still pick the Steelers no matter what.
Well, that'll either be your savior or your
That's
undoing.
right.
We'll find out.
That's right.
You're 1 game out of first place, so we'll see how that works for you right there. And the other game, this is almost a pick'em game. The Green Bay Packers, the Atlanta Falcons, almost identical records. They're at the Falcons.
It is. I think I'm going to go with the Falcons on this one. Last week I picked the Packers, and I know Coach Nobby probably wasn't happy about that. But guess what, Kyle? That worked out for me. So I enjoyed that pick. So we pick against each other all the time. That's okay, though.
Yep, and you're just 1 game out of first place, and your 2 picks are exactly opposite of Coach Stacy Meyer's picks. So we'll see what happens.
Right. Hopefully it turns out in my favor. That'd always be nice.
All right. Well, Coach, you're at home tonight to reacquaint yourself with that home hardwood. Some final words as you part here from Aspen Place.
Again, congratulations to the girls. I think Kyle talked about the junior high getting ready to play in a tournament next Saturday. Our 7th grade boys have really played really well this year for us. They've had a really good record for them, and they're really looking forward to the state tournament. I think they've lost 1 game in the conference going into the conference tournament, which is awesome for our program. Our 8th graders are struggling a little bit, but still, just to be able to play and compete, I'd like to congratulate them. They have 1 more game before they go and play that tournament. And again, congratulations to the girls. They get ready to tip off JV at noon here today. So Tom and Randy will be there all day at South, and so will Willard and Jim, and all of our administration will be at South all day. So we're hoping for good things tonight. It's always nice. We'd like to get 4 victories tonight if possible, but you don't know. It's always nice to want. Sometimes you just don't get what you want all the time.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You're right. South Decatur they do host 2 varsity games today, don't they?
Mm-hmm, yep.
The afternoon game, the girls, and you'll be at home tonight against Greensburg. So, well, Coach, good luck tonight against Greensburg, and thank you for coming to the Coaches Show.
All right, thank you guys. We appreciate it.
That's Brian Dixon. He's the head coach of the South Decatur Cougars. We're at Aspen Place, the home of the Coaches Show. We'll leave you for a couple minutes, and we'll return to wrap up right after this.
The new year is here and couldn't come at a better time to buy a new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram from Acra in Greensburg. The Start Something New event is going on now, and the savings are better than ever. Right now, they have new 2016 Ram Crew Cab Express in red pearl. That's 20% off MSRP. The Ram Express is nicely equipped and won't last long. Also, during the Start Something New event, all remaining 2016 Chrysler 200s and Dodge Darts are 15% off MSRP. Last but not least, the new 2017 models are here, and the savings are incredible on them as well. Right now, all new 2017 Jeep Cherokee Limited have over $4,000 in incentives, and new 2017 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs are over $7,500 off MSRP. Get 2017 started off with a bang during the Something New event at Acre Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. Stop in and see Marty Garwood, Ron Gardner, Rick Jones, Floyd Riggs, Ryan Scudder, Kevin Milburn, Janice Jones, or Josh Camplain at 1407 North Lincoln in Greensburg.
Recycling comes to your town. Decatur County Solid Waste Management District offers mobile recycling the first 2 Saturdays of each month. The first Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., Clarksburg, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., Sandusky, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., Adams, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m., Bernie. The second Saturday of each month, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., St. Morris, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., New Point, 11 a.m. to 12 noon, Millhausen. Questions? Call our office at 812-663-0960.
Stone's Farm Service at 921 East Main in Greensburg is southeastern Indiana's Kubota dealer. Stop by and check out their great lineup of Kubota tractors and utility vehicles. These hard-working tractors and four-wheel utility vehicles come with gas or diesel engines. Stone's Farm Service, serving Decatur and surrounding counties for over 20 years. Give them a visit, 921 East Main in Greensburg, or phone 663-3787.
This is Paula Sibbett of Tom Sibbett Chevrolet Buick. We would like to invite you to come to our dealership in Greensburg, meet our courteous employees, and get acquainted with our sales and service departments. We are happy and willing to serve you with all your service needs or help you with the purchase of a new or pre-owned vehicle. Tom Sibbett has been in this area for over 50 years, and we believe in giving our customers honest, courteous, and reliable service. Come visit us in Greensburg at 950 North Michigan Avenue, just off Highway 3 bypass. Tom Sibbett Chevrolet Buick will be there for you.
All right, we're returning to the Coaches Show here at Aspen Place Health Campus. We've got Cornerstone Bakery Donuts. They're the official donut. Tom Fleming, have you had a donut yet over there? 2. Had a couple of them. That diet starts tomorrow. That's all right. We can go with that. Tom Fleming, last week in the coaches' picks, we let him pick some. You got 3 out of 4 right. That's not too bad. That's as good as any of the other coaches did. And, Tom, we might as well ask you this week. You can shout from across the way. You don't have a microphone in your hand, but between Green Bay and Atlanta, who wins?
I have a niece and nephew that would kill me if I didn't pick the Packers, so got to go with Aaron Rodgers.
All right, Packers for Fleming. I've got it down in pen. I don't have an eraser, so that's final. Steelers at the Patriots.
Got to stay loyal to Coach Dixon. Steelers.
Got to go with the Steelers. All right. That's what we'll do. We also have a guest with us here this morning off the 7th grade, Greensburg 7th grade team, Grayson Newhart, starter. You're a point guard, aren't you, Grayson?
I'm not a starter, but
not a starter.
I am a point guard.
He is a point guard, and your brother Cody also plays on the JV Pirates, right?
Yes.
All right, well, we brought you in here for one purpose and one purpose only, although we will let you make some picks here.
Okay.
Grayson, between Green Bay Packers and Atlanta Falcons, who do you predict will win that ball game?
I'm going to have to go Falcons.
I'm going to go with the Falcons. I'm going to put Grayson Newhart, Falcons. Got it down. Pittsburgh Steelers at the dreaded, hated New England Patriots.
I don't like that I'm going to say this, but I'm going to have to go Patriots.
I think you're pretty smart. It doesn't mean you have to like them. It just means you think they're the better ball club. All right. All right. Well, Grayson, we brought you in here for one purpose only. We need someone to give the scores from last night, some local scores in boys action. Who won ball games last night?
Okay. Batesville over Franklin County, 51-46. Greensburg over Madison, 56-54. Pendleton Heights over Rushville, 73-58. Eastern Hancock over South Decatur, 78-63. Hauser over Waldron, 75-71. Morristown over North Decatur, 68-59. Southwestern over Edinburgh, 43-37. Floyd Central over Jennings County, 77-54. Shelbyville over Richmond, 55-54. Jacksonville over, how do you say that? Shaw Memorial, 53-40. Seymour over Bedford North Lawrence, 68-65. And South Ripley over Milan, 45-43.
All right. That's Grayson Newhart giving us the scores. Hey, we appreciate that, bud.
You're welcome.
You enjoy basketball, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
All right. I've heard that you're not the biggest guy on the floor. You've got the biggest heart, and you're just everywhere on the floor all the time creating havoc. Is that true or false?
True.
That's what I've been told. All right. And we'll be finding out soon because you'll be up in the high school level here in another couple of years. Well, that's it from the Coaches Show. Tom Fleming got us on Periscope here. He's a workhorse because he's here at the Coaches Show this morning. He'll be at I guess you'll be at the girls' game this afternoon. In fact, let me dial up here. We've got some action going on today. We might as well tell you who's playing some basketball today. This is January. Here we go, January 21st. Girls action. Greensburg's at Batesville. That's an afternoon game at 1:30. Switzerland County's at South Decatur, also a 1:30 tip-off.
And that's senior day.
And it is senior day, good. And in boys action, like we say, Greensburg at South Decatur and North Decatur on the road at Union County. Those are games played here today. So Tom Fleming doing the Periscope again, coach's show. He's doing the Periscope at the girls' game at South Decatur, and he's doing the girls' game at the boys' game, Greensburg at South Decatur tonight. He gets no rest. We let him go to the bathroom and get a drink of water between games, and that's it. Otherwise, no rest for the wicked. Tom, thanks. Grayson, thanks for coming in and giving the scores. That's it from the Coaches Show. Join us next week. We'll bring in the ladies. Coaches will be in. They'll have concluded their regular season going into sectional play. So we'll sign off to our Park Road studios, and we'll see you next week.